Hi, so this is 5-point games, but today we're gonna have a little twist. So we're playing a Squid Games game. We're playing red light, green light with Johnny, Beckett, and Eric. So we're gonna see what happens. Green light! Red light! Oh. Green light! Red light! Green light! Red light! Beckett! Let's see if you can make it. Green light! Red light! Green light! Red light! Green light! Okay, so we're gonna do it again, but with different people because Eric's our first winner. So then we're gonna take the winner from that and they're gonna race. Red light! Johnny! You moved! Yes, get up! You moved! Okay, green light! Red light! Green light! Red light! Green light! Red light! Green light! Red light!
Oh, he moved! He moved!
Green light! Red light!
His hand moved.
Green light! Red light! Now we're gonna do our winners. So Beckett, Eric, and Colton. Johnny is not in this. Do not listen to him no matter what he says. Green light!
Take those off!
So we looked at the footage.
I was like, oh
and
crap! Winner circle! Take it out!
So we looked at the footage and we figured out that Beckett won by like a foot, like one of
I
his
was
feet.
vlogging.
So how's it feel to be a winner today?
It is, you know.
Camera's over there, sir.
I've practiced and trained for all this.
Show him the shoes.
It's the
I got Xerxes.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir,
but
you
she-
did not win. You're not.
He's wearing Nike.
He's wearing winner's shoes. So thank you for participating today. Bye. This has been 5-point Games.
Bye. But we didn't put
4, sophomore Hayden Casto. Number 11, freshman Wyatt Brewer. Number 5, senior Caleb Thompson. Number 1, junior Daniel Pikarski. Number 9, sophomore Preston Bonnet. Number 23, sophomore Jordan Garlow. Number 21, sophomore Shane Brewer. Number 12, sophomore Caden Carroll. Number 7, sophomore Gavin Berry. 0, junior Tanner Wick, coached by Brock Jarrett and assisted by Phil Garlow. And please rise. Remove all caps for the playing of our national anthem. right, 86ers.
Welcome, everybody, to our first live broadcast of the year. I'm Brant Wilson here with
Landon Kiefer
and Carson Lambert.
It was some Point Pleasant Soccer, their first actual game of the year on the 20th. Their match against Nicholas County got canceled due to a lack of a referee. Very strong match coming in. As you know, our Black Knights coming off a state runner-up season with many returning. One of the new faces, though, is Garrett Peck in net. Some notable losses, though. Cale McCutcheon, one of our great forwards, went off to Marietta for college. Great attack already with Tyson Richards, a senior. Had a big role in that state championship game as well. Ian Wood returning as well. Brecken Loudon does not return, though, as our goalkeeper. As we said, Garrett Peck is back. So while we start everything off here, what are you guys' expectations for this team?
I think coming off of a state championship runner-up season, I think they're going to be pretty good. High expectations.
And goal already, a chip shot from Wood, out from about the 10-yard line. And that's number 1 on the year for him. 2 minutes and into the half. Ian Wood will start it off. All right, quick there. If there is music, we will have to mute the mics. That's when the crowd goes silent for a bit. But Ian Wood there, about a minute and 9 seconds in, he scores our first goal of the season on a chip shot. I just talked through it because I didn't expect it to go through. But as we were talking earlier, for that, there's another attack here. Onside, Ian Wood. And then the cross, can't get it there. Meant for Alex Schrader. So now we're back to what are you guys' expectations for this team?
I expect them to make it back to a state championship and come out with a different outcome this time.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with Carson. I think that they'll make it back to the state championship. But
and it's another goal. Quickly.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This time, Alex Schrader finds the back of the net. That's number 2 on the night. Goal number 2 on the night. As we finally hit our 2-minute mark, Alex Schrader, assisted by Colton Young. Yet again, another attack I talked through, but just a great electric offense backed up by some solid defense. You will see games like this where they just score at will. Here's a chance there for Poca. Inside the box, shot saved by our new goalkeeper, Garrett Peck. What do you think? Did you guys watch any soccer games last year?
I watched a little bit.
I watched probably about 5, and then I went to the state tournaments, but I didn't go to the state championship game. But
Is there anything you think this team could do to improve from that state runner-up to get that state championship threshold?
I mean, not really. Like, they were a pretty solid team last year. There was just good competition, but there were some pretty good freshmen that came up.
We do keep most players. This is going to be probably one of the biggest years for point soccer, including from the last one. Great seniors this year. Just to mention some, you have Colton Young, Ian Wood, Kanana Boss, Brooks Gilly, Caden Barger, and some Aaron Tyson Richards. But also some great sophomores and freshmen coming in. Got Joey Pinkerton, Alex Schrader, and a whole lot more on that bench that we'll probably see later tonight. 36-33 remaining in the first half. Pretty fiery start for Point. They scored twice in 2 minutes, so you can tell the offense hasn't really slipped away from what they were 1 year ago. Pinkerton mishandles it there, but he'll get it right back.
Do you know anything about Poca season last year or how they did?
I was not able to follow Poca high school soccer last year. Not sure what the turnout was. I know that they didn't make states for soccer, but I'm not sure how their season was. I don't think they're in our region either, so that doesn't do us any justice. Cross will hit off of number 11, who's not listed on our roster. It's going to be a throw-in for Ian Wood right beside the flag. Jaron Reed to take it, kick it to the box. Shot by Aaron Tyson Richards, number 1 on the night. Already off to a great start. 35 minutes left.
Another Black Knight goal.
Tyson Richards from Point Pleasant Live coming in with his first goal of the season.
Not sure who. Tyson Richards.
And like, if you're just watching this game, first time as a Point Pleasant Live fan, first time as a Point Pleasant soccer fan, you can tell that this offense will be electric all year in every game. One of the big matchups I can't wait for is definitely most likely when we probably play Catholic again, because I believe we're going to make it back to that state championship. That's going to be a great match. And on top of us playing Gallia, our cross bridge rival.
I like watching the Black Knights versus the Generals matchup too.
That was very electric, girls and boys soccer last year. Both heated competitions and just great regional play. Both of those teams in this region, they know they want it. Right now, a boss with it, approaching the box. Slipped a little bit. Tatterson tries to find Schrader, can't get it. That one will roll out. 34-37 remaining here in the first half of play. Your Black Knights already up 3-0 against the Dots. Tyson over to Young. That'll be kicked out of bounds again by the Dots. Wood will take the throw in. Who do you guys think will be one of the most electric players on this offense? Because you've already had a sneak peek here. That shot is off the post. Almost finds the back of the net for number 4. Not sure who shot that there. That was well defended. Header taken by a boss. Tatterson with it here, passing it over to Wood. It's another scoring chance as Poca has about 8 in the box that are trying to stop this electric defense. That one just slips by. Kanana Boss finds it for his first of the season. 4-0 Point. already up 33. Oh, I mean 4-0 with 33:27 left. Poca really only having one chance on the attack. They really got to start pushing it. There will be a substitution. That is Blake Edmonds coming in
substitution
for Pinkerton.
Number 27,
And
Brock
Burt.
Burt. And number 12, Blake Edmonds.
Blake Edmonds, a senior, but his first year of high school soccer, I believe, or second. I think he played freshman year. And Brock Burt, freshman, I believe, right?
Yeah, he's a freshman.
See them for their first action here as defenders. They'll sub in for Gilly and Pinkerton. There's Edmonds trying to clear it. Poca now with a chance as looks like Burt will let it go out. Black Knight possession. A lot of high expectations for this Point Pleasant team. Do you guys believe they'll fulfill those? Because there's a lot going around on how, sure, they lost about 2 starters, but they've had people to fill that role in. Do you think they'll live up to those expectations of making it back to states and hopefully winning it?
Yeah, I think they will.
Let's put 8 minutes into this. What strengths do you see out of this Point Pleasant offense?
I don't know. They're just taking over Poca's defense. Like Poca, I don't know, can't really do anything right now.
I think they have really good chemistry with each other and getting the ball down on the corners and kicking it into the middle. I think that's a big part in their offense.
I know, just
Yeah, they're selfish. They share the ball really good.
I think Chip Wood definitely getting these guys into shape. It's already 2-a-days from the start of school. Gonna be this Kanana Boss. Get charged with a foul there. It's gonna be a free kick for Poca. It would be number 23, Jordan Garlow. With the cross outright, so it's going to be a goal kick for Garrett Peck. Has 1 save on the night as we're approaching the end of our 8th minute. 4 goals in about 8 minutes is very impressive for the state runner-ups. So you can tell
Black Knight substitution, number 15,
they haven't
Jared
lost
Hudnall.
much.
Number 24, freshman Joey Pinkerton.
I think with the seniors, this is probably where I believe the state championship run's going to come from. They know what happened last year as juniors. The overtime golden goal to Catholic. They know now this is the best chance for them to win a state championship, and this is their last chance. So people like Tyson Richards, Kanana Boss, they all know they're going to have to put in as much work as possible. Richards takes it at midfield. Beautiful ball to Young inside the box. Shot left foot, and he's got it. Number 5 on the night, Colton
Knight
Young,
goal.
an assist and a goal tonight.
Young.
30-20 remaining on the clock of that goal. Overall, just a great start for the Black Knights. You can't ask for anything better. Nothing but domination
More Black
right now
Knight
with Poca.
substitutions. Number 29, Jordan Haynes. Number 33, Brooks Gilly. And number 23, Jamie Bonecutter.
Five nothing now within our first 10 minutes. 5 goals by your Black Knights. Ball in. Burt with a great play on defense. The Boss will take it off over the Tyson. Jaron Reed, one of the other players we lost last year, Jaden Reed, his older brother. Jaron's going to have fill in for his brother pretty well. As you can see right now, he's playing very well to the ball. Pinkerton, shot outside the box, will be deflected off, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Black Knights. Gilly and Pinkerton both check back into the game. Good play there by Edmonds, but limping a bit, just probably got a shin. Gilly off to Bonecutter. Jamie Bonecutter also checked in. There's the cross. Will be saved there by, I believe, Caden Carroll, who should be their goalkeeper tonight.
There's a new goalkeeper in right now for Poca.
They switch goalkeepers?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously not the ideal start for him. That ball goes just out. Tyson almost saves it. It's not able to keep that ball in. 27:57 remaining on the clock. That's just great swarming defense by the Black Knights at midfield. Edmonds going for a little run, passes it off to Gilly. Very good defensive play there. Garen Hudnall plays that ball well. Pinkerton leaves it. That was for number 21, Jordan Haynes. Reed over to Gilly. So they'll lose it there as it'll go out of bounds on the Black Knights. Still 27 minutes remaining in the first half. Poca just trying to find some offense right now. This defense for the Black Knights has just been too good, playing way up to their level. Great way to start the season with a win, and right now, a point they keep everything up right now. It's going to be hard for Poca to stop them. As Gilly takes it to the outside, entering the box. Cross going to be deflected. Jamie Bonecutter try and challenge it. Just doesn't get the ball. Like Edmonds, great slide tackle, but it hits Burt as it'll go out on the Black Knights. Poca here with a chance. Gotta get their men up field. Probably need to focus on an attack-based strategy. Can't just be leaving people in the box the whole time. Be a free kick from about the 16-yard line. They're going to try and set up for kick it to the box, get a goal off a header. Going straight for the goal. Peck handles it well. Tyson Richards with it now, tripped up a bit, won't get a call. He actually ends up getting a call there. It'll be a free kick. Header attempt not good there for Poca. Burt plays it well. Richards will take it now at about the 45, making move through two defenders, made one slip, and that one will go out on Poca. Right now, most people, there's Jamie Bonecutter with it here. This team, just everyone's looking for their first goal of the season. It's always nice to just get one in the books. That cross from Bonecutter just hit the wrong side of Gilly's foot. Solid setup. I'd be honest, I thought that ball was behind the net, but it'll be a goal kick for Poca. They'll have one of their defenders take it.
Curtis Rain checking in for the Dots. Cooper Tatterson.
Bone Cutter.
And Ian Wood checking in for the Black Knights.
Take a quick shot out the box. I think he's really trying to get that goal. 24 minutes remaining. Hudnall trying to get it here. It'll stay in, and I think there's going to be a call on Tatterson or Hudnall. Free kick for Poca. Peck with 2 or 3 saves already tonight. He's playing very well for his first game. Not sure if we're going to be able to get up to Greenbrier East for that football game, but if we are, make sure you tune in. 7:30. It's going to be a great game, a rematch of Week 1 last year for our football game, for our football team. Be a corner for the Dots. Played well by Wood. That shot is in. So Poca will notch onto the scoreboard with 22-40. Solid shot. Ian Wood tried to clear it, got up in the air.
Poca Dots goal, number 23, Jordan Garlow.
So Jordan Garlow, I believe this is Poca's first game as well, notches the first one for Poca this season. Leaves it at 5-1 with 22:39 remaining. First one's always the hardest to get rid of. So glad they got that under their belt. Still a 4-goal lead for your Black Knights as they play this opening kickoff way back to Blake Edmonds. Pinkerton to Richards as he just nutmegged himself. High ball is going to be headed by Tatterson. Richards, believe he did get one of those goals, didn't he?
Yes, he has one.
He was one of the first 2, I believe.
Always nice to start the year off. It was Wood, Young, Richards. I'm trying to think of someone else. And there's a stat sheet afterwards for a reason. Bone Cutter tries to kick it off the pass from Wood. He was the assist leader, and I believe he holds the record for single season in assists. So this whole team's going to be set up by senior captain Ian Wood. He was a captain last year as a junior, which is very impressive. He's a great player, has a huge potential to go to college. I believe he can go D1. Speaking of Wood, he'll take it here out to Gilly. Solid pass back to Burt. Now Tatterson will play it back to Edmonds. Lost it there off the touch, but Tatterson plays it very well. Intercepts that pass. Couldn't seem to get that ball through. Jordan Haynes getting a bit aggressive on the 9 helmet. There's going to be a foul there. Be a free kick. Back out of here, about at the midway point of our first half. Point still leads 5-1. An impressive start, 5 goals in under 10 minutes. Something you definitely don't see every day. Point's going to try to make that a reoccurring theme throughout these games this year. Some of the games that you most likely want to tune into is Point versus Gallia and Point versus Winfield. They're always great matchups across the bridge and just across counties. Bone Cutter tried to get one in, couldn't find it.
It has been a while since they've scored. Do you think they've been playing different since that last goal?
Definitely. After they went up 5-0 there, they're most likely just going to play defensive, contain the lead. No reason to get aggressive here. They have a 5-0 lead, which is very big in soccer. So
That, but also I think this goalkeeper for Poca is a little bit more talented than the last one.
you think this new goalkeeper's brought a bit of energy into Poca after some of the saves he's made?
Yeah. Because not only that, Poca's defense has also stepped it up a bit since this new goalkeeper came in.
Right there, very solid interception by number 28. Number 13 will take it here. Beautiful defense by Edmonds. Unlisted number 13 almost makes a play on the ball. Poca has had their chances. They have converted on one of them. They have the most recent goal of the night. Jordan couldn't nail down that pass. But Hayes going to try and get back and get it. This one's cleared out as Burt will let this go out of bounds. Substitution coming in. Pacey Frum and Alex Schrader checking back in for Jamie Bonecutter and Tyson Richards. Not sure what the stoppage is for.
Ladies and gentlemen, it appears to be a hydration time. Speaking of hydration,
Take a quick hydration break.
right now
We
would
will
be a
be
good time to
right
head to the
back.
concession.
Welcome back after the hydration break.
18 minutes left to go here in the first half of this game. Point up 5-1. Who do you think the biggest offensive threat for the team is?
Well, it honestly just depends because, like, if you're talking about, like, assist-wise, it's definitely Ian Wood. But then if you're talking about, like, scoring-wise, I don't know. That's the good thing about them. They have a lot of different threats. But, like, Probably Colton Young. Just based off like last year's stats and stuff, Colton did a really good job. I don't know, it just seemed like almost every ball he kicked, it went in the goal.
That one goes out on Poca. No, it's out on the Big Blacks. Alex Schrader taking it down the field.
Black Knights are, I think they should have a really successful season this year.
No doubt, especially 22-2-2 last year. End of the year, only 2 losses. Both of them were to Ohio teams. They were undefeated in the state until the state championship. So they actually ended up 23-3-2, which is very, very impressive. This year, there's a serious chance they might be able to go undefeated. With the way they're playing tonight, they keep this pace up. No doubt in my mind they'll be an undefeated team.
This is probably one of the most talented groups, probably in the region.
Header goes a bit too high for Poca, lead to a goal kick off that corner. 15-56. They're going to leave that for Pinkerton to take the goal kick. Actually, it's going to be
Edmonds.
Blake Edmonds. Lake tried to get some power on it, very well deflected by Poca, but going to be a quick substitution, 0-0. Tanner Wick.
Number two came in for him.
Dots, but number 2 checked in.
Jordan Rained is number 2 for the Dots. Checked in for either Tanner Wick or Preston Bonnet because they have 2 0-0s. Pinkerton going on a little run here. Tried to find From, just couldn't get him. 15 minutes remaining. A solid header as Tatterson will play the ball well, keep it away from number 23, Jordan Garlow, who does have the goal for Poca tonight.
As I was saying about the talented freshman group, Pinkerton, I think he leads the freshman group. I don't know, he has a really good leadership with that freshman group, and last year's middle school season, he had a really successful season under his belt.
It's always hard to tell, especially first game of the season where your freshman leaders are, but Pinkerton is definitely going to be one of them on this team. With a lot of graduating members after this year, he's going to have to really step up next year. Gilly with it now at midfield. Make sure you stay updated with our Facebook feed. We do actively post, and we'll make sure to let y'all know when we go live. I'd say a quick thanks with 13:46 remaining. Everyone for tuning into tonight. 5-1 for Point. It's been a very dominant offensive game. Defense for Point has been very, very well. Obviously not as good as they want it to be. Letting up a goal is never good in any case, but playing very well, and hopefully they'll keep it that way for the rest of the night. Real quick, our crew tonight on pictures, Delaney Pearson, on computer, Carly Abbott, camera, Zoe Watson, and Carson Lambert, Landon Kiefer, and Brent Wilson for your commentary tonight. And that ball from Tatterson goes a bit wide. It's going to be a goal kick for Poca. Actually, it must have went off of a dot, so it's going to be a corner for senior captain Ian Wood. 12:35 remaining tonight in this first half. Now Ian's just showing off. About to take the corner. I'm not sure what they're waiting for. I guess they're waiting for the whistle as he's going to take this corner. 12:10 remaining. Up. Solid save there by the keeper. No one could really get in on it, so Poca will play the corner very well. Corners is one of the biggest parts of soccer, and Point has a very solid corner unit. They're going to most likely be able to convert on a lot of their chances from the corner, especially if Ian Wood's taking it, whoever's on that left wing taking it. We'll probably see more of that in the rest of this half and the second half to come. Knighthead is Tatterson. Strader on that wing. Look for the cross. Tatterson, they're looking for number 6. They have not scored since the first 10 minutes. Isn't going to discredit anything. Looks like that was offsides by Brooks Gilly. Very solid play off that goal kick for Point. They'll retain possession. Burt up to Tatterson. Approaching our final 10 minutes of the half. Point playing very defensively so far as the score shows at 5-1. Shot by Pinkerton, and that one's in. The freshman finds his first of his career. Number 6 on the night.
Goal.
Just speaking of it, brought into existence, just talking about how Point has scored since the first 10 minutes. They just notched one back onto the board, extends their lead back to 5. Joey Pinkerton, first career goal, always nice to see in your first career game. So we are at the 10-minute mark of the half. Point leads 6-1 to the Polka Dots. Since we're 30 minutes into this match, what do you guys think Poca could be doing better here to really shorten down this lead goal by goal?
I think when we get the ball on the offensive side, I think it's more of them letting us get deep down the field with it, and then when we get the balls in the corners and we try to kick it up, the goalie tries to like hide in the goal almost, and we get that shot for the corner.
Not only that, Poca's teamwork just really isn't there. They just, I don't know.
Yeah, first game of the season, chemistry's not going to be there where they want it to be, but always about 24 more games. Yeah. Technical difficulties there. We were back with 8:25 remaining. Ian Wood will take it on the wing. Young just Looks like he had a free chance there, but Poca's defense comes back to get him. Shot. Got it. Tyson Richards, number 2.
Richards
7
on the
to
flat
1.
goal.
Welcome back. Tyson notches him in for number 7. Finds his 2nd of the season already. Looking for that hat trick in the opening game is always nice to have. Poca looks like they're running a 3-3-2. Or a 4-3-2, actually. Young with a great move there to Schrader, who just loses possession. Right now, what I believe Poca needs to do, they definitely need to be more aggressive on the ball. Because you got to have those. You gotta get to those scoring opportunities. Right now, down 6, you really got to focus on that aggression. You got to tick away at it goal by goal, and you could definitely get back in this game. See right there, not showing enough aggression. And that was going to be a part of the chemistry where it's probably going to be a lot better. If we play Poca again, we'll probably see a changed team. But first game jitters, especially for these freshmen, definitely doesn't help with all the pressure of being on varsity. 6:46 remaining in the half. Point with a touchdown. Poca with 1. It's 7. That's the joke.
Ha 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 ha.
No change of goalie yet. We might see someone step in the second half just for some more experience. Last year we did have to use mainly a 2-goalie rotation with Brecken and Sean both going in and out of the lineup. But both of them are no longer playing soccer. One graduated. The other one's just not playing. 6 minutes to go, though. Point going to play it very defensive, just pass heavy. Probably not looking for that next shot until second half. Here's a boss with it now, though. Finds Tyson, number 2. He might be looking for that hat trick. So he'll leave it for Barger. That one goes out on Poca. Barger to throw it in. 5:30 remaining. Very good ball over to Gilly, across the field. Joey's getting his name called out by every single player on that field. They want the ball. Young will take it up to Wood. Now in scoring range. We saw him score one from outside the box on a chip. Schrader doesn't put enough on it to get it back to Young, but he gets it back. He's got to pass that out, and he will to a boss. Beautiful find to Tyson. He's going to take his time here. We'll go out on Poca again. Point maybe trying to notch one more on the board before that halftime meeting. Say Chip Wood's probably going to be pleased with him after this showing so far. And Wood over to a boss. Barger with it. That through ball denied by the Poca defense as they'll try and go on a counterattack. Couldn't seem to find number 15 there, who is unlisted on our roster. Max Preps has not been updated well recently, so we'll take what we can get. Especially down the line this season, we're going to have more players eligible. Point Pleasant Live's own Johnny Porter doesn't have enough practices as of now, but we'll see him on that field soon. Some more talent on that bench just waiting till they're eligible. Poca just trying to get into the air and out of there. They really got to clear it out of the box, and they finally do. Wood will keep it in. Out on the corner. The boss with great touch. He was very well last year. One of the best dribblers in the state. Colton Young tries a bicycle kick. Not as easy as it looks. Tatterson's shot goes wide. 3:08 remaining. Colton Young almost made top 10 plays of the week.
Number 21, Shane Brewer checking in for Poca.
Hopefully Poca is going to really go on an attack here. This is what they need to do. They need aggression. I mean, they're probably tired. They do only have 3 players on their bench over there, so not as much depth as Point Pleasant, but they really need to come at this ball with some aggression. Point is keeping it probably around the midfield mark. They have 2 minutes to really just run out until half. So we're winding down here. What were your thoughts on the first half?
I think they were great. Point Pleasant really dominated the first half, and I think it can only get better as the season goes on.
I back Carson on that one. Just the way that Point pushes the ball, pushes the ball up the field and everything. It's just, I don't know, and plus obviously every team improves as the year goes. It's with every sport and every team. So I think they're looking at a really good season ahead of them.
It's going to definitely be one for the books. If last year was a historic run, this one probably going to be in that same regard. Final minute 30 of the first half. Poca just trying to notch another one here. They need to get that final attack, pull that defense out of their box. That goal kick just stayed grounded. Sets Point up here. So they're going to drain it out until they get that final shot. The ball over to Richards. Looking for number 3 in the first half. Young back to Tatterson. Tatterson back to Reed. Shot from a boss. Saved narrowly there by Poca. That helps their case here tonight. 6-goal deficit. It's going to be a loud coaches meeting, to say the least, in that over on their bench. But never count a team out. All they really need to do is they need to up that tempo, come at Point with the same aggression Points coming at them. That one is out again on Poca, I believe, or it might be a goal kick. Might have been out on Young. I think it's a penalty in the box, so it's going to be a. Looks like it's going to be a. Can't say the name right now.
Appears to be a
Penalty
PK
kick. Thank you.
Opportunity.
Wonder who's going to take it here. Looks like Young's going to be one to step up. Actually, Barger will come up for it.
Aiden Barger will be taking the PK attempt.
With 16 seconds left, it's not a penalty you want to have. You just want to get out of the half at this point and come into the next half with some new energy, but a goal like this is suffocating. Deciding what to do. Goalkeeper does have to stay on the line or behind it the whole time, so just he's just looking at the best shot to have. He'll quickly go at him, and he chipped it over the net, below the football crossbar, and that will most likely run out the rest of the first half. Your score at the end of 1, Point Pleasant Black Knights 7, Polka Dots 1. We will be back after halftime. Welcome back, folks. Second half of action. Point Pleasant up 7-1 against the Polka Dots. Opened off fire with 5 goals in 10 minutes, then rattled a few off near the end of that first half. Polka got one at about the 20-minute mark. Leading scorer for us is Tyson Richards, who has 2 tonight. The 1 goal for Poca was by Jordan Garlow. So after that first half, do you think Point Pleasant needs to make any improvements?
If they just do what they did in the first half, I think that they'll be fine.
This is a big deficit for Poca to overcome, but anything could ever happen. So I just think Point needs to worry about their defense.
Yeah, it's definitely possible that Poca can make a good comeback on them.
That one goes out on Poca, I believe.
Quick mic change. Now on the mic we have Lindy Taylor,
Hey guys,
freshman coming in for her first event, just trying to get a varsity letter basically.
pretty much.
All right, 38 minutes in. Have you been watching this game at all?
No, I just got here actually.
All right, so what do you think Point could do better?
I don't know. I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. While we're on that, just top of Point Sports, you're a part of the volleyball team, aren't you?
Yes.
What do you think the volleyball team's going to be able to do this year?
We'll be able to do?
Yeah, what are your expectations for this upcoming season?
I mean, I hope we at least make it to the championships.
Regional or state?
State.
You think you could replicate your state qualifying season last year?
Yeah, for sure.
Have you watched any of Point soccer recently, just from last year or anything? You know how you watch it all?
Maybe a little bit.
Do you think how do you think they're going to do this year? You don't have to really watch to have
I
expectations.
think they'll do pretty good.
Do you think they can make it back to that state championship
Oh
game?
yeah, for sure.
Now Point just got to play defensive. 7-1's a very comfy lead for them. Just got to keep up the same pace they've been having. And they'll be good. Carson, what do you think that, like, what's something different Point could do that can maybe increase their lead or keep it as stable as possible?
I don't think they need to increase the lead at all. I just think they need to play defense, keep the lead 7-1.
There's a scoop up there by Garrett Peck. As they probably need to still get it into the offensive zone past the 50 into Poca territory. Always nice to have that there. Thank everyone for tuning in here tonight. Been a long one. Each team fighting for it. Here's a chance for Poca on that right wing. The cross. One saved by Garrett Peck, his 3rd save of the half. 5 saves, only let up 1 goal so far tonight. Very solid stat sheet. But Reed will take it now. Good offensive interception. Point will retain possession. Carson, what do you, I know basketball season's a bit out, but what are your expectations for the basketball team coming in?
I don't really know. I haven't seen that much this year, but I hope we can do a little bit better than what we did last year and just keep getting better.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
This year coming in the basketball, we are losing a few seniors. Zach Beckett, the most notable one, with Josh Towle, Luke Derenberger, and Zach McDaniel.
Yeah.
So a big loss there, but we have some big holes to fill, and we're going to have those people to fill in for them. Carson, I do believe you and Landon are definitely going to be able to fill into that varsity role. You can brag to Grant that you were a freshman on varsity because that's all he did last year.
Yeah, I'll try to. Just do it as much as what he did.
Mm-hmm. All right, now Landon's on the mic here. What are your expectations for this basketball season?
Well, this summer here, like, we've been going to a lot of shootouts and stuff, and honestly, we're looking pretty solid this year. Like, we have a lot of different weapons and a lot of different positions, and I don't know. I think we should.
Track is losing some key pieces as well. Their state championship in 2021, runner-up in 2022. So we're going to try and replicate it, but we're not sure how many pieces will return from that runner-up team. Poca now within the neutral zone. Lost it there to Tatterson. Just playing it nice and slow. Very solid interception by Poca. Tyson kind of just stepped on the ball there. He does have 2 goals, but that wasn't his bright spots of the night. .55 remaining. Point not having the fiery start they had in that first half, the 5 goals in 10 minutes. That's going to be remembered for the rest of the season, just a fiery start. Hopefully they can replicate it multiple times this year, as Wood tried to take a shot, hit off a Poca defender. Barger with it now. Beautiful passing with Young and Richards as he's going to set up for the cross. And out on Poca. It's going to be a corner for Ian Wood. Very good corner taker. Very big chance for points to score again. Extend their lead to 7. The football season's coming up. Did you watch a bit of football any last year?
Yeah, I like the football games.
Number 9 checking in for the Dots.
What are your expectations for the football team this year?
For the Black Knights, we
Honestly,
have Jamie Boone
they
Cutter,
didn't lose that many people last
Casey
year, so
Fromm,
I'd say we'd still be a
Jordan
pretty
Haynes,
solid team.
We do have
Karen Hudnall, and Blake Edmonds. And Brock Burt.
But yeah, we do have a lot of returning pieces, but this is going to be one of our make-or-break years, as you know. Evan Roach, Gavin Jeffers, both of them, Keeper and Cody Schultz. This is their last year up in football.
They also did gain a lot of freshmen this year.
They did. Some great players. Brody Bowen, definitely one of the most notable ones. Him.
Anthony
Gavin
Marrero's turned pretty good.
Anthony Marrero, Gavin Barnett.
Jake Roberts.
So definitely people just set up for the future. Our offensive line full of juniors and sophomores too, so we'll have that stable for at least 2 years. Tyson took a bit of a skid there. It's going to be Tyson might find his way to get a yellow there. And we're going to see as a member of Point Live, I get to I get to say a few words about Tyson. I got that freedom with it. We will see a few yellow cards and maybe a red from Tyson Richards this year, and that will not be a crazy prediction. We may see one tonight. First of many. 29:32 remaining in the half. Bonecutter has checked back in, sophomore in that. 0-0, that's either Tanner Wick or Preston Bonnet for Poca there. Seemed to nick it, but refs must have said it just missed him. So take possession here. Number 15, Garen huddled there on the fence earlier. That one should be out on Poca, and it will be. I believe that is Garen Hudnall. I'm not sure. They all got long hair. It's confusing, but it was number 12, Blake Edmonds, who took that throw in. Also a senior graduating this year. This point soccer team, they do have a lot lined up on the bench, a lot of good freshmen and everything. Joey Pinkerton, one of the notable ones. Along with, we saw him earlier tonight, Jordan Hayes played pretty well. Jaron Reed is a sophomore. Brock Burt, I believe he started tonight, didn't he?
If he didn't start, he came in within the first
There's a
few minutes.
goal. Ian Wood, number 8 on the night. I believe his second, had that opening goal. And he had another one to it. After that goal, Ian Wood knocks one in at about the 27-minute mark. Number 2 on the night, him and Tyson Richards lead, scoring for him. So the only one for Poca as of right now is by Jordan Garlow in the first half. Our crew for tonight, Delaney Pearson and Carly Abbott, now both taking pictures down there. Zoe Watson on camera. Andrew Layton, new student, on computer. With on the mic tonight, Carson Lambert, Landon Kiefer, Lindy Taylor, and Brant Wilson. Thank all y'all for tuning in. Make sure, if we are able to get up Friday next against Greenbrier East, but 2 weeks from now, Friday, will be our first home game against Warren Local, isn't it? It's Gallia? No, we're at
Gallia's
Gallia.
away.
We're at Gallia. At Gallia, so week 4, so 3 weeks from now, we will have our first home game for football. It will be against Scott on the 16th of September. So mark your calendars, 7:30 that night.
Is that a new matchup for the football team? They didn't play them last year, did they?
I believe it's going to be one of the new recurring things on the schedule. I'm not sure, though, with that whole Ohio conference we've been joining for most sports. It's kind of complicated to get back into it. Soccer, I believe, is in it already fully. Like Edmonds with a very solid slide tackle. Gets that one up to Bonecutter.
What is that, his third one of the night?
Yeah, I believe so. He's playing very well. Second or third. Playing very well defensively. I don't think they've had a goal when he was out there. There goes Young with it now. Senior captain. Richards going to try and track it down. He's a very fast player. He got it out by the edge. Tries to get by him, but they'll set point up with a corner. Colton Young looking to take it. Crossover. Gilly with it now at the 30-yard line. Young over to Frum, who can't seem to track it down. Game's tempo's really slowed down from the start. You know, it's kind of hard to top 5 goals in 10 minutes and just keep that pace up, but at this point, it'd be like 50-0, so maybe that's not, maybe it's for the better. Burt with it now. Played very well on that middle school team. We will broadcasted a few games last year. Him and Pinkerton are definitely going to play a high level. Hayes as well. As I believe all three are out on the field right now. Besides, I think Pinkerton's the one who's missing. .53-52 remaining in the half. Only one goal this half compared to the 8 we saw in the first, so. From just hits off his shins, going to set up a corner. See what number 13 can do here for Poca, who is not listed. They scored on their first, they scored on a corner last time. That one is a bit high for Poca. So it's going to be a goal kick for Point. Try to have one off the volley. Can't have it connect. One interesting thing is Point did get a penalty kick earlier in the first half, and they just didn't convert. Caden sent it just a tiny bit above. Tried to do a little chip shot. Now just everyone out there just trying to have fun, and now Point's doing a pretty good job of having fun. Up by 7 still. Bonecutter's touch goes a bit wide, but he'll fight back for the ball, and he got it. Beautiful through ball. Richards is outrunning the whole defense. It's onside. Looked like Hayes got a bit offside. If he would have passed that, would have killed that play dead. Bonecutter is going to try and track it down. He'll get it out to Burt. Blake Edmonds is tying his shoe on center of the Nighthead, so clearly prepared for any action. Uh, 21:45 remaining on the clock here. Point keeps their 7-point lead. Looks like they're trying to add to it. That ball trying to get to Richards from Hudnall. Can't get it. Edmonds. In between 3, tries to dribble out of it. Can't keep it in. Poca will take possession. Out, I believe, on Point, so it's going to be a corner again for Poca. 1 of 2 on scoring, I believe, on him. Not many chances to attack. They're probably not as aggressive as they'd like to be to start off. Heading in the late game, they have a strategy around it now. They really narrowly cut this lead down. And it's headed off a Point player, but Peck makes a diving grab on it. Bounce off out of his hands once, but ball stays out of the back of the net as he'll pump this one down to about the 40. Bonecutter gets that ball to Richards. Beautiful ball. Richards now with a chance. Can he get it to him just a bit far for Alex Schrader? Almost had him, just a little less power, and that's most likely a goal. Schrader's very good at scoring inside the box. Poca with a chance here in the box. The shot goes wide for number 2. That is Jordan Rained. Had a big chance, got past all the Black Knight defense. Very quick coast to coast. Goal kick now for
Jackson
Point
Davis
Pleasant.
checking in for Poca. And number 2, I don't have a name, not on the list, but number 2 for Poca.
It is Jordan Rained. who was just in. Not sure why he said he was checking in. Dr. Reed is still learning the ropes, I guess. Less than 20 minutes to go in the second half. As Gilly takes it out to 10, he advances it up to From. Young with it now at midfield. So a leave there from number 29, Jordan Hayes. Ooh, Richards with a great move, gets him free. From can't hit the header as it's like going to go out. Seems like one of the Poca players is cramping. He's still running, so he'll be fine. So, Landon and Lindy, are there any things you're excited for this upcoming soccer season? Any games? Any certain players?
Like I said earlier, I'm really excited to watch the Black Knights versus Generals. I came last year, or I watched them play last year, and it was just a really fun game to watch. And what I've heard is like almost every year, it's such a fun game to watch.
Definitely is. These last 2 years, it's been really competitive, and I'm assuming next year is going to be the same. What about you, Lindy?
Honestly, I haven't really seen the schedule and who they're going to play, but if they do play Catholic again, I'd like to watch that.
Catholic will most likely be in the playoffs since they're out of our region. They're like Region 1. So we do hope to play Catholic again in that state championship game. But we do play Gallia. We do play Winfield.
Yeah, Gallia is another one. I mean, every sport, whenever Point plays Gallia, it's always a fun game to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And the rivalry just adds to it.
Mm-hmm. We do play Marietta and Alexander at home. Greenbrier East, we're playing in football later. Huntington High, which is going to be a really big one.
Yeah, Huntington High is just...
These big AAA schools we're playing them, and some schools in Ohio, so really getting some experience in before that state championship game.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be a shot. I think Garrett may have stepped out there. Well, I mean, ball's in play, so nothing they can do about it now. Young just got ball just right under his cleat, stuck him. It's another save for Garrett Peck. Only letting in one in tonight. Phenomenal night for him. Solid punt. 16-10 remaining. Point's been in control this entire half. Solid play there by number 23, Jordan Garlow, on the ball with the interception, but Point will get it back. Richard tries to get the 50-50, can't get it, but kind of tied up with both teams at about the 25, and that one goes off Richards.
Out on the dots again.
Young will take the throw in. This will be a big substitution for Point. About 6 of them coming in. Caden Barger. Looks like Joey Pinkerton, Jaron Reed, Kanana
Caden
Boss.
Barger, Ian Wood, Jaron Reed, Joey Pinkerton,
Ian Wood,
Caden Barger.
Cooper
I got
Tadson.
them all. Checking in for the Black Knights.
6 checking
Kanana
in.
Boss. And Cooper Tatterson.
Jamie lost control of it there at the end.
Thank you.
Might be a corner. Ian Wood will take it. Very good corner taker. We have a chance to extend the lead to 8 with 14:04 remaining. This one's high, headed away, but Abbas is going to take a shot at it. A bit too much spin on it. It goes way wide left. It's going to be a goal kick for Poca. In that position, you might as well take the shot. High bounce. Decent amount of defenders in traffic, but you can slip it through, so. Just too much spin on it. That ball out of bounds on point. Ian Wood couldn't gather control of it. $13-10 left now. Poca needs to start getting on the board. Probably just make sure no more goals go in. Try to get maybe 1 or 2 more before it's all said and done. You gotta leave some games with a decent amount of momentum. You score the final goal in the game, you at least leave with that. You had the last laugh. So you need to try and at least get 1 more back in and make sure no more goals go in for point. That's just what they're going to try and do here. Bonecutter there with a chance, gets a touch. As Burt will throw this ball in. Substitution for Poca.
And for the Black Knights, it looks like
Number 0, Tanner Wick, checking in for the Dots.
Jamie Bonecutter.
Wyatt Brewer, number 11, checking in for the Dots. Number 15, Garen Hudnall, checking in for the Black Knights.
And Jay Bonecutter out for Hudnall. Young will go over to Wood. Most of the starters are returning here to close out this game. Boss is a very good midfielder. Gets it up to Tatterson. Make sure they pass it around in their zone. Drain that clock out, get out of this game, while only letting up 1 goal and scoring 8. Don't know if they want to go for another, but that's Chip Wood's call, not mine.
So, Brant, you've asked us about our football expectations for this season, but what are yours?
No, I have a very high expectation for this team. After going 9-1 last year, first round loss in the playoffs to Bluefield, I believe we have a lot of unfinished business to do. Our only loss in the season last year was the Greenbrier East, and we do play them this Friday. So I believe there's going to be a lot of bad blood up there, and it's just going to be one of those games you're going to really want to watch. If we're up there or not, try and get up there if we can't make it up. But with all that, I believe we have a solid chance of going undefeated. Playing a decent amount, a lot of new teams, but a lot of old teams. We're still playing Ripley, Winfield, Greenbrier East, all those teams. But we do have Scott, Fort Fry, and Warren Local, who are going to be some big games, and most of those are at home.
So do we have more Ohio teams in our conference this year?
I'm not sure. I think Fort Fry is in Ohio, and Warren Local, I'm pretty sure, is a West Virginia team still, but you're going to have to fact check me on that.
Warren Local is also in Ohio, but I don't think we have fully joined the conference yet. I think we're joining them next year, but I think they're just on our schedule this year, just for a little.
That's just like test the waters with it. I think next year we're fully into that Ohio conference with Marietta and such. But very high expectations. I do expect some few more players to shine out. I think Cody Schultz is going to have a very breakout year. He's going to be moved to that tight end position. Evan Roach and Gavin Jeffers, one of the best backfields in the state. Evan Roach has also been working on his throwing arm. We're going to have that secondary option of passing the ball. Josh Chapman and all the offensive linemen, Weaver, Kiefer, all of them have very high potentials. They're only juniors and sophomores. I mean, I really have high expectations for everybody on that team. Defensive line with Wes Baker, if he's still playing on it, it's going to be very, very dangerous, like it was last year.
Yeah.
We just have a young secondary. I think that's going to be our biggest problem. But even then, Caden Hill, I think he's going to step in, make fill in some shoes. Final 10 here. Tonight's soccer game. A boss will take it now. Reed at about the 30. Looking like a passing drill out here. Just a boss. Bit far on it. Tried to find Wood. Finally, Garrett Peck has stayed in the net all night. So I guess they're just going to keep him in and get that full game experience because he'll probably be in there most of the time. But we could see maybe another night we could see our own Johnny Porter back in net. Senior year, he decided to go out for some soccer. He will be eligible, I believe, in a week due to practices. So
He said, we talked to him before this game, and he said he may be able to be eligible on Thursday.
also, yeah, Thursday. Make sure to tune in. Not who's it against again?
I'm not for sure.
Pinkerton take it. Last line of defense there. We play the Ripley Vikings on August 25th. It's going to be a very big game. You know, that oak and bucket battle for football. Rather that just carries over in every sport, basketball and everything. Something like just a matchup everyone likes to see, even though we're AA and AAA different.
My ears are
6:30 left to go.
The Black Knights are just passing the ball around and wasting some time out off the clock. Nice save there by Poca's goalkeeper.
Garrett Peck really stepping up tonight. This is his first game, and he's had multiple big saves for the Black Knights. Really impressed with his play tonight.
Nice steal there by Joey Pinkerton. Looks like they're just passing the ball around again.
There has not been a goal scored in a while, and I think that is because Point is just stalling.
What, has there just been one goal this half?
Yeah.
Compared to the 7 in the first, or 8 in the first half.
Ian Wood. Poca steals it.
Down to just a little under 4 minutes on the clock. It looks like our first half predictions for the second half was pretty close to being right. As we said, that they were just going to try to contain the lead and just try and not let this Poca offense score any more goals.
Like I said earlier, I think Garrett Peck has been a big impact on this game.
From the time that I've been here, I've seen a lot of good saves from him.
About 2:20 left on the clock. Black Knights 8, Poca Dots 1. Yeah, it looks like the Black Knights are just trying to eat the rest of the time out on the clock. As the Polka Dots are not giving up, they're still putting pressure on the ball, and like Brant said earlier, it's always good to have the last goal of the game, so that's what they're trying to do here. What a season opener here for the Black Knights. 5 within, what, the first 10 minutes of the game?
Yeah.
And now they're up 8-1 with about a minute left on the clock. I don't think you could ask for much of a, I don't know, just.
It's a good start to the season. Down to 30 seconds now.
This one's winding down to the end.
Final 3 seconds of the night here. And that will do it. Your home season opener for the Point Pleasant Black Knights. They'll move to 1-0-0, hopefully keeping that undefeated streak alive. It's been Carly Abbott and Delaney Pearson on
Poca 1.
pictures
Black
today.
Knights,
Zoe
8.
Watson on camera.
Our
Andy
next home
Layton
game will be
on
this
computer.
Thursday
Lindy
against
Taylor,
Ripley
Carson
Vikings.
Lambert.
Thank you all
and,
for coming. Please help keep
Laney
our kids
Kiefer
clean by
and Brant
taking
Wilson
your
on
trash to the
commentary.
nearest receptacle.
Everyone
Point
have a
Pleasant
great
wishes
night.
Everyone
Good
a
night,
safe
and
trip
go Big
home.
Blacks.